nowhere, weary travelers, seasonal workers, cottagers, and locals in the know all find a place that feels like home at the Dashwood Diner. Rural Newfoundland, several miles up the road from Conne River, an unlikely place where you can find the best in home cooking. Buy a fishing lure, fill your gas tank, or just stop and say hello. You just never know who you will run into at the only diner on the road for many a mile. The entrepreneur spirit is truly alive in Marilyn John. Her recipe for success as a business owner in this challenging environment is simple, hard work. And oh yeah, you have to love what you are doing.
Are y'all ready? You're welcome. I'll see you next weekend.
The challenges to running this type of business over 23 years have been many.
We're all on our own. We have our own septic systems here. We have artesian wells, surface wells, and we run off a large diesel generator. And we've been running off a large diesel generator now for 23 years. It originally was started by my brother. He had the idea to come out here and start a restaurant, a gas bar, maybe some cabins. And he was having a little tough time trying to get it off the ground. I said, if you're not going to do anything with it, I'd like to try. And he just said, knock yourself out. I came out here with very little money and a desire to start a business. And now we operate from May 1st to October 31st. We try and take in some of the fishing season. We get in the Mother's Day, Father's Day, because those are big holidays and are real boosters for starting off for the diner. We get a real good shot in the arm from the Melbourne Band, from Chief and Council. Nobody is unemployed. Their aim is to employ everyone. So a lot of my staff over the summer months come from the band. They're paid by the band, but we provide the work and supervision, which is wonderful, wonderful for a small business like me.
She rolls up her own sleeves and never shies away from work to be done, side by side with her staff, taking on the most undesirable tasks herself.
Typical day for me is, well, we come in the morning. I try and get here early. You go and you fire up the generator, but before you fire it up, you got to check the oil, make sure the oil levels are good, and then when you do fire it up, make sure you got oil pressure and make sure your gauges are all working. The next thing you have to do, because we're on a generator, everything that's perishable or can perish overnight or even have an off chance of perishing overnight has to go into deep freezers. So we take all of that out of our deep freezers and store it first. We take our cash, put our cash out, then we put on our soft serve, and then we go in and we clean the kitchen for the cooks before they come in. We strain the fryers, we put the gravy on, make sure the gravy is hot and in the crock pots for the cooks. We put the bacon on, so we get as much work done as we can before they come in, so that if it's busy, right when they come in, they can just go right to work. And then throughout the day, once they come in, we kind of exit the kitchen and leave it to them. So then our job is pretty much out here on the cash. Soft serve machine gets busy, especially on a really hot day. We like treating the kids. It's a real treat for the little kids that come in and let them make their own soft serve. If it gets busy in the dining room and they need someone to clean a table, you might have people waiting, so you jump in here and you put on a pot of coffee, or you really go and set someone up. The girl will be along to get you your order now in a minute. The real entrepreneurial spirit, I think, comes from people around you. The everyday things, the little things that happen to you, and the desire to really want to do something, to really want to make a success of something. I remember years ago saying, I want to start a restaurant that's not just known in my community, but known all across this island. And I think we're pretty close to being there, because I get people from Corner Brook and St. John's and Gander that have heard about this place, they've heard about the good food, and to me, I've done something right. And to me, that's really part of your entrepreneurial spirit of wanting to do something great, wonderful with a business.